Bull down.
There's Turco over there practicing his spotting, looking for small objects.
Windy, smoky. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Hopefully all the cool stuff off, get rid of the smoke. Hopefully we can glass something up tonight so we have a game plan for tomorrow. But there's obviously elk in here. We got two horse hunters packed out 2 6-points, so if we came out with something like that, we'd be pretty full. That'll work.
It's gonna be a little more work for us though.
Yeah. That's for sure. Oh.
Packing was kind of heavy, but I think running around with just our packs on now will be a lot lighter. And getting the tents and everything dumped. Whoop, whoop.
Well, we got our first elk spot of the trip. 2 spikes. Quade's looking for a little bit bigger bull. We'll see.
They're calling him, I think. They're ranging him. Okay, I'm done. Chicken fajita bowl.
Is that your favorite?
It's gonna have to be. I got 3 of them.
Big herd spotted with multiple shooter bulls, and they're kind of a long ways off, so we gotta make our way around here, get a closer look, and see what our approach is gonna be. But rainy today, but should make for some good stalking conditions. Stay tuned. Quade's gonna shoot his first elk. First bugle, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, there we are, boys.
There's a bull.
There's a bigger bull. That's a nice bull.
That's always chasing that one off.
We are liking what we're seeing so far.
Yep. Rut is on.
We got 3 bulls probably. What is that? Like 600 yards away? 7?
600.
We're gonna go try and creep in on the timber line and just be quiet and see if we can wait them out, if they'll just start running around us. Sit down and shut up. Sun to your back, wind to your nose, nose to your wind.
Wind in your face.
Wind to your face. It's looking sexy. Sexy.
Lost Quade. Elk are bedded over here, bugling. But I went higher, he went lower, and he was blowing me for a minute, and then he's gone. I don't know where he is. Just be slow. There's cows right there. Take the clearest route. Let's go. You got a shot? So yesterday, wild day in the elk woods. We got very close to a lot of elk and both had opportunities at bulls. And so we're gonna have to just do it again. We wore ourselves out, so took it easy this morning, drying stuff out. And we're gonna head back in.
We're just
Sitting here, listening to some rock music, eating breakfast. We got a bull coming right into camp. So we're bugling at him, but he kind of came over, saw that we were in camp, went over the hill. Like a small 6. Well, left or the right, I think this is 5 or something.
oh, the Uncle Ted.
Uncle Ted bringing them bulls in.
On this week's episode of Elk Talk,
We have an elk answering us from camp on this ridge about 600 yards away probably. There you go, chuckling. Quade snuck over the ridge, arrowed a bull.
we gotta go find him, but that might be, once we find him, that might be the most epic story I will live to tell. And I am glad we have that documented. I have so many family members who have hunted here, and to tell them what just happened, I don't think they believe me, but
They have to now.
it might have just happened, boys.
Heck yeah. Got blood. Bull down. Bull down in the creek. Quade's first bull.
Holy fuck. He went probably, I don't know, 250 yards. I picked up my arrow and there's a big chunk of something right next to it, and he left a pretty heavy blood trail the whole way up. We're just seeing splurts hitting the leaves. And we got hung up a few times, but he died quick. And that is awesome. Oh.
Check him out, buddy.
Oh. Right out of camp. This is the Rocky Mountain Way. Oh. This is my first time putting my hands on an elk after being shot. That
Pull down.
one for the books. We're sitting there listening to Earth Tones by Ted Nugent, drinking coffee. We slept in this morning, and we're sitting in our little chairs, filtered some water, talking about what we're gonna do today. and we see, oh, he was probably a 6x6 pop over at 600 yards. And we saw this guy go right under him. We're like, oh, maybe we should start getting ready. So we called to him a little bit and still drinking coffee, and then the bigger bull kind of starts running into the call a little bit. So we're like, okay, now we gotta get ready. And played with him. He took his whole herd of cows over.
This guy was interested.
This guy was listening the whole time. And we're sitting in camp and we're like, well, they're quite a bit of ways. Maybe we should go after the herd we were poking at yesterday. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting all my stuff packed and I say, Turco, start calling. He was probably 200 yards from a skyline on the hill. I was like, Turco, start calling. And my bow was already out with an arrow knocked. And oh, he started coming down the hill.
Right to our tents.
Right to the tents. We're sitting, I mean, our breakfast table's right behind me, 5 yards away. He starts coming in and I had him at 90, 80, then he kind of skirted out away. Well, he got between these bushes and I couldn't see him anymore, and I took off after the bushes. And he's looking at me, and right there I clocked a bush at 22, and he's closer than that, but he wouldn't pop out. So I run behind the other bush, 15 yards, but he's just looking at me, nothing but neck. I was like, damn it. Well, he saw me, he spooked over, and I just booked it towards him. And he hung up, and I ranged him at 70, and I set my dial at 75, just hold still, calm down, steady, steady. And I heard a whack, and I was like, well, that either hit dirt or it hit him smack in the middle. And he took off like a banshee, and I ran about 45 yards up the hill to try and get a better look, and I saw my arrow in chunks, blood, blood, blood. And I went back and I was like, we gotta go find him now.
I saw his arrow and I said, yep, that's a dead elk. For sure.
Right out of camp. That's my first bull. And I wanted my first bull to be with a bow.
Heck yeah.
Did I think it was gonna be out of camp? No. No, I didn't. But that is awesome.
Heck yeah.
And we got a lot of elk running around, so we gotta go get it cut up and figure out what we're gonna do so maybe Turco can get a whack at one.
It's awesome.
Smoke dome. Shout out skis. Smoking a cigar tonight. Kick back and relax. Get drunk while you're gone. It's the first elk tag I've got to punch. Hell yeah. Well, got her done. First bull elk. Tyler took off and he's gonna go look for more, which I'm sure he'll find, so we're pretty far back. We're 3.5 miles from the truck. I'm just getting these boned out, and I made a little like raft that suspends it above the creek down there. We're just gonna leave it next to camp and probably pour some cayenne pepper around it, keep the critters out. Hopefully it keeps out bears. I know I put it on a wood pile and it kept my dog out. So yeah, pretty crazy day. So that was my little meat rack. Now I'm just gonna, once I get it cleaned up, probably just go pepper some cayenne pepper back there. And a good 10-foot circle around it. Now I gotta clean this elk skull up.
Quade Admiral kills an elk from camp, so now he doesn't think he has to get up in the morning. Good morning! Sleepyhead got up.
Wake up. All clean water, store-bought, gone. Food raped from my tent. Freezing ass cold. Running out of Zins. I'm about to go mountain crazy. Oh, we'll find some. We just got a bull spotted. A little bit off the herd. We're gonna go in and see if we can snipe him a little bit bedded. Probably won't be able to see them, but they're way up there. Also, 80, 60 more at least to the west of them. So we'll see. Power zoom. You got a plan?
Yeah, we're gonna try to make a stalk on these ones. They all bedded down right in front of us, but we'll go try to sneak in and just let it happen. See if one of these 6-points makes a mistake. It'll cost him his life. Rock on.
The cameras, the good cameras, they're dead. It's been a couple days, so we had a lot to film and we filmed it, but we're running out of good camera batteries, so we're rolling with the GoPro today. Apologies in advance. Yeah, we probably just looked at 200 elk.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Whoa. Spooked. And we might want to get into some trees right now. That hurt just walked across the meadow onto our side, right where Turco was going to drop down. We'll see if he can hang tight and get eyes on him quick. Right, these elk are probably 600 yards from me. I know Turco's got to be in them. So we're going to see what happens. I've been bugling to try and get him to come back in towards me. Hopefully closer to him. The bigger bull's down and all the cows. There's a couple satellites that he might take. He might. Depends what he has eyes on, probably. But the bigger bull has definitely surrounded himself with cows. And he's hanging up every time I call, so maybe we'll get him to walk this way a little bit. Alright, I'm pretty sure I just watched a bull collapse. Tyler said he was 35 yards away. I watched the herd spook, and I was watching the bigger one, and a couple of the satellites. And then I saw one crashing down the mountain. So hopefully we're about to walk up on another dead bull. And we are gonna have some fucking work cut out for us, but that's our thing. We'll show you. Stay tuned. 110%. I got eyes on one hill. That's a dead elk. My boy just got it done. That is awesome. We got one yesterday. 11 o'clock, he was boned out, hanging on the creek. Came up here, I told him, hey, you gotta get her done today because we have to take meat home. Whew. Looks like he did it. He's gonna be jacked. He might have broke, I don't know. He was falling pretty hard, but we'll see.
Just drilled the bull. It's 35 yards from a whole herd. And check this arrow out. Clean pass through, covered in blood. Our cameras are all dead, but Quade watched it from way over there. I snuck down into the herd, and they all were just feeding around me. And there he is, laying dead. He's dead right there. Guys, we got a bull. There's our bull, baby. Dead. So I was in this rock pile up there. So I came in here and I saw that they were coming this way, so I came up and over this. On the backside it's just rock, so I walked up on these rock slides, did some mountain climbing, and freaking climbed down in there, and you see this diagonal log. So that was my shooting window. That was my original shooting window where everything was coming through. And he was standing like this way, and I could see his head and his neck, everything. But then a cow is like 10 yards closer to me, and I can't shoot. No shot. And then the spikes, I don't know if the spikes saw me or smelled me or something. They kind of jumped and moved that way. And then this bull like turns around this way. And so I don't have that shot anymore. And so right here, look at this. Come here, look at this. The big mossy tree leaning right. And then this one right here. You gotta come right here. This is all I could shoot through was this. You see that? Oh. Through all that sticks, all I could see was right there. I was like, I'm sliding it in.
snuck into them. We spotted them across here behind me. And they were feeding, and something spooked them over across towards us. So I made a big loop to try to cut them off before they got in this saddle. Snuck down in there, was doing some rock climbing, but then had cows and spikes feeding right up to me. Small bulls, little sixes, little bulls. And then this guy finally steps out in my shooting lane, and I drew back, but there was a cow in front of him forever. And finally these spikes kind of spooked off. They must have smelled me or something. And he turns, and I had to shoot through a tiny window between some two trees, and I just drilled him. Drilled him. He went 100 yards. And we got a big hole in the ground and lots of meat for the winter.
How are we?
We're good. We're getting the last load of this bull to camp, and then we're running trips all the way back to the trucks, which will take the rest of the day. But we're elk killers, rug chasers, the horn hunters. Who knows? Not bad. Heavy backs.
This fucking guy shoots one 4.5 miles away from camp. 18 miles total to just get this prick back to camp. I tell you.